Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire picks up at a graveyard where the caretaker is in his house at night. But he notices a house up the hill with a light on, and he decides to go inspect it. When he gets inside, he overhears Peter Pettigrew, nicknamed Wormtail, talking with a guy we haven't met, and someone sitting in a chair who is obviously a weak Voldemort. After Voldemort's snake informs him about the intruder, Voldemort uses the killing curse on the old man. Jump to Harry Potter, who is actually dreaming what we just witnessed. Harry isn't at the Dursleys to start this movie, but he is at the Weasleys' house because he is going to go with them to the Quidditch World Cup. They meet up with another Hogwarts classmate, Cedric Diggory, and his father, then use a port key to teleport them to the World Cup grounds. After settling in, they go to the stadium to watch Ireland play Bulgaria, and Ron is excited to watch Victor Crumb play because he is the best seeker in the world. After the match is over, everyone is hanging out in the tent until Arthur Weasley comes in and tells everyone they need to leave now. Voldemort supporters, known as Death Eaters, have taken over the grounds and are causing mass mayhem. Harry gets split up from the others, and he sees a man conduct a spell that shows a skull with a snake in the sky known as the Dark Mark, Voldemort's logo. The man gets away before the magical law enforcement can apprehend him. He was the same man Harry saw in his dream just a bit ago. After everything cools down for a few days, Ron, Harry, and Hermione board the Hogwarts Express to go to school for their 4th years. Also, arriving at the same time are a flying horse carriage and a pirate ship that emerges from the Black Lake. Inside, during their sorting ceremony, Dumbledore tells the school that Hogwarts will be hosting the Triwizard Tournament this year, something that hasn't been done for decades. There will be 3 schools competing with 1 student to represent each school. The 2 other schools competing will be Beauxbatons and Durmstrang, and Ron is stunned to see Victor Crumb is a student at Durmstrang. After everyone gets settled in, Dumbledore explains the Goblet of Fire to them. If a student wants to compete, they must submit their name into the Goblet of Fire for a drawing. But they have to be at least 17 years old because it is so dangerous. There will be an age line that prevents anyone younger from putting their name in the Goblet of Fire. A scary-looking man with only 1 real eye then enters the Great Hall, and Ron tells Harry his name is Alastar Moody, but he goes by Mad-Eye Moody, and he used to be an Auror, a dark wizard catcher. He is going to be teaching for 1 year as a favor to Dumbledore, and he'll be teaching defense against the dark arts. In his very first class with the 4th years, he teaches them about the unforgivable spells that will land a wizard a life sentence in Azkaban if caught doing. They are the Imperius Curse, used to control someone and make them do whatever you want. The second is the Cruciatus Curse, which allows the wizard to torture anyone of their choosing, and the very last one is the Killing Curse. The Killing Curse is used by saying Avada Kedavra, and it kills anyone it is used on. The only known survivor is Harry Potter when Voldemort tried it on him 15 years ago, and it backfired. Throughout the next week, many students of age continue to put their names in the Goblet of Fire, but Harry and Ron being underage, they can't enter. Cedric Diggory, the boy from earlier, submits his name into the contest, as does Victor Crumb. That Friday is the drawing, and Dumbledore draws Victor Crumb to represent Durmstrang, Fleur Delacour from Beauxbatons, and Cedric Diggory from Hogwarts. Everyone thinks they have their 3 competitors, but then, out of nowhere, the goblet spits out a 4th name, and it is none other than Harry Potter, which everyone is stunned by because he's underage. All the teachers and the 4 students meet in the basement, and Dumbledore asks Harry if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire, and Harry swears that he didn't. Dumbledore believes him, but the others are skeptical. Moody sticks up for Harry and says only a dark wizard would be able to fool the Goblet of Fire and put Harry's name in it, seeing he has a bunch of experience capturing dark wizards. The man running the tournament, Barty Crouch, says the Goblet of Fire is a magically binding contract and Harry must compete. When Harry gets back to his room, Ron is upset with him because he entered his name without telling him, but Harry swears he didn't do it, and Ron doesn't believe him. The following day, a reporter named Rita Skeeter interviews all of the champions as she writes for the Daily Prophet and is doing backstories on all of them. That night, Sirius Black wrote Harry to meet him at the Gryffindor common room at midnight to talk through the fireplace. Harry tells Sirius he didn't enter his name, and Sirius tells him to be on watch because he thinks a Death Eater has somehow entered the castle and is trying to get Harry killed. He mainly thinks it is the Durmstrang headmaster, Igor Karkaroff, as he used to be a Death Eater. The next day, Hagrid gets Harry because the first task is approaching, and he shows Harry dragons that were imported, and they will be the focal point of the first task. Harry, being a good person, He tells Cedric Diggory this, and Cedric thanks him for giving him that information, because now he can prepare for it. Not long after, Draco starts making fun of Harry, but Moody sees this, and he turns Draco into a ferret. After McGonagall yells at Moody for doing this, Moody asks to see Harry in his office. He tells Harry that he needs to use his strengths for these tasks, and Harry's best attribute is his flying ability. The first task comes, and the 4 competitors are tasked with getting a golden egg that a dragon is guarding. Harry's goes last, and while it takes him some time because the dragon chases him everywhere, he manages to get the egg before the time runs out. There is supposed to be a clue to the next task inside, but Harry can't figure out how to crack the code. There is a Yule Ball coming up to celebrate the Triwizard Tournament, but Harry and Ron can't seem to find any dates. Harry asks Cho Chang if she will go, but Cedric already asked her, and she said yes. The dance night comes and Harry and Ron end up going with the Patil sisters, and Hermione goes with Victor Krum, which really makes Ron jealous as he is starting to crush on Hermione. They have a good time. Even Moody is dancing in the corner by himself, drinking out of his flask like he always seems to be doing. Over the next few weeks, Harry still has those same nightmares of Wormtail and the soul of Voldemort hiding out in the house with the other man we have yet to learn his name. He is also trying to figure out the egg clue to the second task, but he has no idea where to begin. Cedric finds him and repays the favor for telling him about the dragons and tells Harry to listen to the egg underwater. He goes to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom and discovers that the second task will be an hour-long task underwater, so Harry must figure out a way to survive that long, submerged. He has no luck finding anything until Neville tells him about gillyweed, which allows the eater to grow gills and fins. The day of the second game comes and Harry eats the gillyweed, and he must rescue Ron underwater while dealing with mermaids and deadly fish. He rescues Ron and also rescues Fleur's sister because Fleur was unable to finish the task, and he didn't want her to die. Cedric takes first place, and since Harry rescued 2 people, he is awarded second place. Barty Crouch congratulates Harry on how well he has been doing. That night, Harry is walking through the forest, and he finds Barty Crouch dead and is asked to go talk to Dumbledore. When he gets to his office, Dumbledore is with Cornelius Fudge and Moody, but they leave and Dumbledore tells Harry he will be right back. Harry then sees a glowing fountain-type thing, and when he gets near it, he is sucked in and he goes back to a memory like he has done in the past. It is a memory of Igor Karkaroff when he was arrested for being a Death Eater, but he says he switched sides and he snitches on many people he knows to be Death Eaters, including Severus Snape. Dumbledore sticks up for Snape and says Snape has switched sides and he is on their side now. Karkaroff also says Barty Crouch Jr. is a Death Eater, and this shocks Barty Crouch Sr., who is conducting the hearing. Barty Crouch Jr. is then arrested right in front of his father. And Harry realizes Barty Crouch Jr. is the man he has been seeing in his nightmares with Wormtail and Voldemort. He is brought back to Dumbledore's office, who tells him about the pensieve where he can store memories. Harry also tells Dumbledore about his dream and Barty Crouch Jr. On his way back to his room, Harry sees Snape and Karkaroff arguing, and then Snape sees Harry and tells him to stop stealing supplies from his potion stock, and doesn't believe Harry when he says he didn't steal anything. A week later, the last task of the Triwizard Tournament comes. The 4 contestants will enter a maze, and whoever gets to the Triwizard Cup in the middle first will win the whole tournament. They go in and get started, and Harry goes through some difficult obstacles, but ultimately saves Cedric when he was about to get eliminated. They both see the cup and neither wants to win because they feel the other should, but then they decide to grab the cup at the same time so they both can tie and splits the winnings. But right when they touch the cup, it turns out to be a port key and they end up in that graveyard Harry has been seeing in his dreams. Harry knows something is off and then sees Wormtail walking toward them holding a little baby Voldemort. Voldemort sees Cedric and orders Wormtail to use the killing curse on him, and he does as his master says. Wormtail then pins Harry against a headstone so he can't move, and he dumps Voldemort's baby body in a cauldron. He adds a bone from Voldemort's father's grave, cuts off his hand to sacrifice it, and then cuts Harry and adds Harry's blood to the concoction. After all is added, the cauldron transforms and Voldemort has finally got his actual body back again. Voldemort then touches Wormtail's dark mark tattoo with his wand, which signals to his other Death Eaters that their master has returned, and 5 Death Eaters then fly into the graveyard, one of them being Lucius Malfoy. Voldemort then talks directly with Harry, and he tells him how he's going to kill him for good this time. He frees Harry from the headstone and wants to duel him fair and square. But whenever they cast their spells, Their wands meet in the middle and 5 people that Voldemort has killed then show up in ghost form to help Harry, including Cedric and Harry's parents. They tell Harry to drop his wand, and they will distract Voldemort for a second so Harry can use the cup as a port key and go back to Hogwarts. Harry does it, and also brings Cedric's body back with him so his father can have a proper burial. Back in the stands, though, everyone is shocked to see Cedric's dead body, and Harry tells Dumbledore that Voldemort is back, and this was all a part of his plan so he could get Harry's blood. Moody says he will take Harry and figure out what happened, and they go up to the castle where Moody wants to know all about the Dark Lord and what went down in the graveyard. Harry realizes he didn't say anything about a graveyard, and suddenly realizes Moody was the one working with Voldemort this whole time to ensure Harry won the Triwizard Tournament and ended up in the graveyard. Moody admits it, and right when he is about to kill Harry, Dumbledore and Snape storm in the room and demand Moody to drink a potion called Veritas Serum, which forces the drinker to tell the truth. After drinking it, he spills that he isn't actually Mad-Eye Moody, and Moody is locked in a chest in the corner of the room. He has been taking Polyjuice Potion this whole school year to make it appear like he was Mad-Eye Moody, and when he is transformed back to his original state, it is none other than Barty Crouch Jr. himself. He was working for Voldemort this whole time to ensure Voldemort would rise again with Harry Potter's blood himself, so any magical enchantments would work on both of them. Barty Crouch Jr. is sent to Azkaban, where he will get the Dementor's kiss and lose his mind. The ending school year assembly is a sad one because everyone is mourning the loss of Cedric Diggory. Dumbledore does tell the school that Lord Voldemort has returned, but the Ministry of Magic doesn't want them to believe so and think Harry is just crazy looking for attention. Harry is declared the winner of the tournament, and then they see off both Durmstrang and Beauxbatons to return to their respective schools. And that is how this one ends. Hope you can check out Order of the Phoenix next. Thanks for watching.